So one of the things we have to do is go from notation to actually sketching a diagram. So here are a couple things that I'm going to sketch. And I have AB here, and this little mark over it, just a little line. Now I notice no arrows there. So what I know right away is that AB is a line segment. Capital A, capital B. Doesn't tell me much more about than that. I don't know if it runs vertical. I don't know if it's short or long. I just know it begins at A and ends at B. Okay. The second one though, CD, this is where we could get in a little bit of trouble. I could have flipped these no problem and said that that's a B and this is an A, and I would not have been in trouble with a line segment. Problem is with a ray, I would be in trouble. There's only one way to draw this ray, like this. Ray goes in one direction. If I was to flip it like this, not good, not good. This is ray right here. The first letter in a ray is its endpoint. Now, a lot of people kind of balk at the idea of C being an endpoint because it looks like that's where we start drawing it and it goes the other way. Think about this line going from the other direction, or this ray going from the other direction. That's where it stops, so that's its endpoint. Ray doesn't really have an endpoint in the other direction because it goes for forever. And instead of having more terms, we call this an endpoint, an endpoint, an endpoint. Everywhere a partial line stops is called an endpoint. This is incorrect because they are assuming that D is the endpoint here. And like I said before, our endpoint is this C value. Okay, EF. So we've got this one complete and this one complete. Line EF, it has arrows going in both directions. So I can label it like this. I could switch those letters, no problem. Lines go in both directions for forever. So that one, the order of it's not as important. XYZ, this is another one where order does matter. This is an angle. And they're telling me the 3 points I use to make the angle are X, Y, and Z, right? So line segments or rays that kind of shoot out from there. So the middle one is going to be the vertex, like that. And X and Z are going to be the directions in which those rays are pointing. So whatever's in the middle value there has to go there. So if I was to draw this same angle measure like this and just done X, Y, Z, that would have been incorrect. So that's no good. That would actually be, to label that, Z, X, Y, something like that. But that's not what they asked for in this problem. Okay, so that's how to properly go from the notation to a sketch on those figures.